Hello, everybody. My name is Lee Brandt. I'm doing this video because I've gotten into a little bit of a debate with someone on YouTube about the Blackmagic Pocket 6K Pro, which is a cinema camera that I own. It's right here. I am super happy with the way that this camera performs. I mean, I've tested with Alexas, I've tested with a few others, and this thing just really gives me a lot of dynamic range, especially in the highlights. I think the Alexa is sort of the MVP in different categories because it does well in highlights and low light. Especially it prioritizes the shadows a little bit more than something like this camera would do. But this camera, to me, why I love it so much is because it prioritizes highlights more than any other camera. Now, I've gotten to the debate a little bit with this guy, and his name is James Jackson from James Jackson Films. That's his YouTube channel. Now, he's a really good guy. Like, I really would encourage you guys to go and watch his stuff. I've been following. He's one of the few channels that I follow, and he does really good stuff. So definitely go ahead and check him out if you get a chance. We did get into a little bit of a debate when it comes to highlights with this camera, because he just came out recently with a video when he's comparing it to the C70, another good camera. But my contention is that the Pocket 6K gives me more highlights than any other camera, and I've been doing a lot of different tests on it. Now, the method that he was employing is different than what I was saying. We got into this debate about, in his video, I felt that he wasn't doing everything or the correct things he could do to gain as much highlight latitude as you can get on the Pocket 6K. Now, his method was, he was capturing at 400, which is the native ISO, one of the two native ISOs on the camera. And at that point, he was doing some color correcting, and he was clicking highlight recovery, and he was just leaving it as it was. And what I was saying is that method doesn't help you that much. It only helps you a little bit, especially if you're clicking highlight recovery. To me, that means that you're trying to preserve as much of the highlights as you possibly can. If you capture at 400 and you leave it at 400, you're not gonna, and then you hit highlight recovery, and I'm gonna show you this in a minute here. You're not going to get much of a difference. However, there's several wrong ways to do it. One would be to lower your ISO and capture the image at that ISO. I was actually suggesting something different, but he made a point that if you lower your ISO, you get less highlights, which is true. If I grab this camera and I go outside and there's like, right here out my window, there's blown out highlights. And I put this at ISO 100 or 200 or anything like that. Just lower ISOs. And I try to hit, no matter what I do, I'm gonna be missing highlights a lot. You're just not gonna get them back. What I was saying, which is a method that some people just don't understand, I guess, or don't know about it, is you capture at 400 or 800. 800 is one of my favorite ISOs. And 400 also is a good one. And if you capture it, all the footage you need at that ISO, and then when you upload it into your computer and you go into DaVinci Resolve, then you lower it to 100 and then hit highlight recovery and do all the proper ways, then you're gonna get more highlights than any other camera that I've seen. I will test this against anybody. I live in LA. We can get together with our cameras. We can put it to the test. I have pretty full confidence that this is going to work. All right, so I'm going to try to do this now. I'm going to share my screen because I've uploaded some things here to put things to the test. All right, I'm going to share. So here we are. I've uploaded some of the things that I shot around the house. You see three different clips. So we're going to start working on this, and I'm going to show you how this method works the proper way. So we're going to start here by the project. As you can see, it was captured at 800. Go to clip. It's at 800. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lower it from 800 to 100. Okay. I'm going to hit highlight recovery, which brings a lot of the information back, but I'm going to save it under wide gamut because this method is the best one. You go to color management, you go under color science, you go down to color managed. And then here, you have to go to wide gamut. The moment you do this, you're going to get 16 stops to work with of color space. So you save right here and immediately puts it on a Rec 709 look. So we're going to start working with this file right here. You go to the HDR wheels because this will not, you won't get this benefit with your regular color wheels. You're going to get them more with your HDR. So the first thing I'm going to do here real quick is I'm going to go to my global, I'm going to lower it a little bit, just a tad right here. Not that much, probably a little bit less. Let's go to like 33. Okay, now I'm going to go to my light. I'm going to see how much it's getting. That's pretty good. I'm not comfortable with all the elements that it's affecting, so I'm going to move this a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Now I'm going to crank that down. Okay, that was a bit too much, so I'm going to do like that. And then I'm going to go to my highlights. How much is it grabbing? That's about the right. So I'm going to bring that down. And then your specular highlights, bring that down a little bit. That's what you're getting. Now, understand that this is severely clipped, all of this. And I did that on purpose to try to see how much I could get back. Now, I'm going to toggle and I'm going to click in and out highlight recovery. Let's put this in a wider thing here. Now, look at how much you're going to get back. This is without highlight recovery. This is with it. And I'm going to kind of go in a little bit so we'll get a better sense. Even the sky is blue now, a little bit bluish. So you can't see anything, you get that much more. Now, if I was doing this at a higher ISO, we're about to see. So let's untoggle this, put it at 400. Now, how much difference am I going to get? Not that much. See, it's at 400. I'm not getting hardly anything back with that. I get a little bit back, but it's not even half a stop. It's just minor. But again, I go down to 100. Bam, all of that's back. Now I can recover some of the shadows here. If I go down here and I go to the shadow area, see how much, yeah, that's all good. So then I'm going to start cranking that up. It's a bit much. I'm going to go a little bit lower like that. And there's hardly any noise. There's a little bit of noise, but there's not that much. So I could actually denoise that and it'll look fine. But that is what you're getting from this. That's really, really amazing. Okay, now let's go to some of the other clips. So you'll see exactly. Again, this was severely clipped. Go to projects, go to clip. I believe this was at ISO 400, and out there was like crazy blown out. I go from 800, I'm going to take it to 100. Still very clipped. All of that's back now. And we're going to see exactly how much when I start messing with this file. Again, if I put this at 400 and I try to toggle highlight recovery on and off, I'm not getting any of it. Again, to reiterate, I capture this at 800. That's how, and then in post, you lower it. But once I go all the way to 100, toggle, you get all of that back. Now, let's go in HDR wheels. Let's take a look at, I'm gonna lower the global for just a tad. Okay, we're gonna leave it about right there. Okay. And then we're gonna go to your light. Let's see how much it's getting. That's a little bit too much for my taste. So we're gonna make this go up so it's not grabbing everything. That's a little better, maybe a little bit more. Okay. So here, we're going to lower it. Hang on, that was too much. Okay, so one more time, we're gonna lower it. That looks about right. Go to highlights. Okay, we're gonna lower a little bit. Not too much. Go to specular and lower a little bit. That's what you're getting. Now, again, we're gonna go this view so you get a little bit better idea of how much you're getting back. That's what you had before. This is how much you have now. I mean, you're getting even some of the image. Now, this was so overexposed that you're not getting everything back, but look how much you're getting back. If I zoom in with this, before the highlights, you weren't even getting any of this roof over here. You couldn't even see the car. You couldn't even see the pavement or the actual road, the pavement of the road or the sidewalk. Couldn't think anything. Hit this, bam, you're getting all of that. Even the tiles are back. The sky is now a little bit blue. You actually see the road. You actually see the pavement. This is almost a usable shot, and it actually might be usable in certain situations. You actually get some of almost all of the blinds back. Now, again, if I did this in 400, you're not getting any of that back. 100, you're getting so much more. And if I go to a different spot here, you see how this is all dark now? Well, that's easily fixed. Let's go to the dark shadows. How much is that? Okay, we're gonna bring that up. That's actually pretty good. There's hardly any noise whatsoever. So yeah, this stuff is amazing. I mean, the way that this works is pretty effing cool. So anyway, that's how to do it. Like, there is no debate that this is exactly how you gain more. You capture at higher ISO, which might be counterintuitive to people, and then in post, you lower your ISO, save under wide gamut first, and then you follow that method. You're going to get more highlights than anything I've ever seen. All right, guys, that's my video, and I think I'm going to be back and do a few more tests to show you guys. Okay, talk to you soon.